Generic greetings, and we've just got some money from the short-term investment. Anyway, welcome back to Prison Architect. In the previous episode, we constructed all of this. Everything you see here is what we built last episode, which is actually a fairly big lump, to be honest with you. We've also got a worker just trapped in there, so we should probably go ahead and resolve that by going to Objects Door and then putting a door there and then there, because those are the outside bits that, actually they're not going to be outside, although I do think that maybe deleting all of the, deleting all the foundation, having it like a nice outside walkway might give a little bit of contrast, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so yeah, this is what we made last episode. This is the walkway towards the visitation, which we don't yet have, but we can go to reports and over to grants, and then we can get visitation rights, we can get prison maintenance, lots of things we can actually get. I think we're going to go for security procedure certification, which requires 10 guards, hire a security chief, which requires an officer as well, unlock patrols, and get 3 guards on the patrol route. So it's quite easy. We'll go to guard and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll go over to a foreman and hire a foreman because we do need one. And then at some point, in fact, sooner rather than later, we will have the security. That's fine. What we're going to do is go over to our quick build and go to clone. We're going to copy all of this, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 and then 4, and that's going to copy all of the officers over because we do need them. The plan for this episode is to continue on building the facility, and we will get the grants done. Well, we'll get the long-term investment done, inmate health and well-being will get done, and hopefully security procedure certification sooner rather than later. And then obviously we do need to put things like power in a lot of these rooms, like the kitchen and stuff like that, and run water. So won't be getting any prisoners this episode, but hopefully will be an interesting build nonetheless. So the foreman's gone over there. There was a ding-a-ling noise, which normally signifies we can get our chief guy. Yeah, there we go. And then obviously we can go over and get different things. So deployment, intelligence, things like that. We'll go for deployment because we do need to unlock that first, and then that'll be another grant done. So in order to get our one of our grants done, it is the what was it again? It was the health and well-being. I think we're going to just add this over here, like so. And this is going to be an extra couple of buildings for, well, whatever we need. But in this case, we're going to have, I think, an infirmary and a morgue as well. Now, I think probably going to be in this corner here. And the reason for that is I'm going to have it so that this bit, see this? This is where we've got an end section. It just stops here. This is where it just stops, and we've got another building. Now, this is going to be where we'll have security and as well as the armory. I might, and I do stress might, have access. I've built that wrong. Oops, I've placed the wrong walls. Hang on. I'll have to go and delete that. Oh, well, I'll use concrete wall and re-wall it. It's going to cost a bit of money, but, you know, my mistake. Anyway. Yeah, so I think we might have an entrance here, but that's going to really compromise the... maybe not really the safety, but that might compromise things in here, so we'll see how it goes. We'll go over to concrete wall, and we'll pull the concrete wall along like so, and then what we want to do is, that's going to be our morgue, you see. And we'll have bed. Would it be best if I put the wall a little bit further along? I think it would be. I think there, so I can have a bed there and bed there, you see. And then... let's work out. Probably have to demolish that, dismantle. Or do I want it that way? I'm trying to think which way the beds are going to be. Let's just remove that. We'll go to objects and then medical bed. One there, one there, one there, and then perhaps 2 on either side. So it'll be 1, 2, door, 3, 4. And then there would be the small room here, which could be for whatever. So it's... just cancel that, so it's going to be bed, door, bed. So that's the wall there. And then this one would make a fairly decent parole, I believe. Yes, I think that's what it... 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's what it's going to be. There you go. That'll make it quite nice. Excellent. Right, so we'll go for that. We'll place all of the concrete walls and stuff like that. Go to rooms and go for an infirmary, which will be placed in the centre here. And then obviously we want to go for a morgue, like that. And we need to furnish those naturally, so 1. And then, again, just 1, just to get the grants ticked, essentially. And then that'll be a medical ward done. Hire a psychologist. We only just have that now. Yes, we do. We'll hire one of those. And we need a couple of doctors as well. So 1, 2. And then that should be that grant done. Yep, there you go. Straight away. Job done. Unlock patrols through bureaucracy. We are going for that now. Why have we got a danger level? Ah, that's why. 6 staff have serious complaints about their job. That's something I didn't do. Damn it. Right, the reason for that, I'm thinking, hang on, we've got a danger level. And that's interesting. That's because if we've got a needs and staff, there's bladder and food needs. Because I did the staff room, but I didn't do the other stuff. So we'll have to do that right now. Now, it won't be a problem. They won't riot or anything like that. They don't go down that route. But it is important that we get this sorted sooner rather than later. So we'll demolish that wall. We will put some concrete wall across like so, and then we'll have a staff door in here and probably in here, so we have access to this entire area. It means they'll probably never use that staff door there. In fact, I'm going to put the staff door there. I'm not a big fan of, I don't know, is this the right door? We'll clock shut. Nah, it is that right. Yeah, dismantle. Okay. I'm not a big fan of having the walls directly, or the doors directly on one edge, just because then you can't place stuff along there without it being a bit iffy. So what we need to do is go to deployment and staff only, and I set all of this to staff only because obviously this is just that. There you go. That is a bit there as well. There's other stuff we'll need to do, but we'll get to that later on. So that's staff only. So then when we go over to our canteen and place all that as canteen, that should then set itself to a staffed canteen, which it has done. Perfect. So serving table can go. Damn it! It would be nice there. So I'm after me just mentioning about me not wanting to put the door there, I'm going to have to actually put it there. So there's a serving table. Then we'll brick that up, and then we'll put the staff door there. And as you can see, plates are now getting brought in. No, sorry, not plates. Stacks are getting brought in. I will then place in the staff canteen several tables. I'll put them like that, and we'll have benches either side, like so. Actually, I'm going to cancel that and cancel those, and have it like so, because what I want to do is have tables there, and then finally at the end we will have some toilets. Like this, and that is not right. 1, 2, that's fine. 2 is more than acceptable. Then we'll do that, you see, and what we can have is some doors which can block that up. We'll also place some radios, and we'll place a radio pretty much in between the two so they can listen to that while they're there, and that will fulfill some of their needs, in fact most of their needs. We didn't put the table back in, but now it's sorted, and that should be now a legitimate room for them to, yeah, go ahead and actually eat, apart from that guy came, picked up, and then stopped immediately, because they do have a certain time in order to have their breaks, otherwise known as a break time. It's in policy, which I don't yet have, so I might as well go ahead and sort that out. We'll research prison policy. We'll also research armory and intelligence. We also want to research prison labour as well. So a lot of research going on here, but we do have the money. We do have all of the people that we need. So 1 foreman, 1 chief, 1 warden, 1 psychologist, and 1 accountant. You can hire more than 1 psychologist, which is something that a lot of people are always a bit surprised with, but yes, you can. Right, so that is on the inside, and that is on the outside. Now, it's not really going to matter because of the way it is, actually, I don't think. No. This one, see, I was going to have this is indoors, this bit here. Sorry, this is outdoors, just to, I don't know, just make it look a little bit different. But I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. I'm thinking maybe this bit being outside is perhaps the way to go. Either way, foundation building brick and, building concrete, rather. And we will place all of this, along there, and along here, and then along here, and then, actually, you know what, I might as well just finish it off. That there, and then all the way along to the bottom. And then that's all of that indoors. This, I believe, is already indoors, which it is. That's fine. Now, that's not requiring an entrance because of the way it is. It is probably going to place a lot of things across here. Like, it's going to place loads of different wall sections that we don't need. Although the game tends to be quite smart at these things, so maybe it'll go around it in another way. There we go. There's our policy, as you can see. And we've got meal quantity and variety. Break length, 90 minutes, 2 breaks with a parole cutoff of, I always say, about 15%. We're not going to use cell quality rating, so we'll turn that off. And by the look of it, the game has been very, very smart about... Yeah, it's been quite smart about what it's accomplished there. So we'll do that and that. And to be fair, we could have always extended this down here. We could have extended this down and have our morgue in this section here and have the whole thing as infirmary. We might have a redesign of that, but that'll be a future us problem. It's one of those very small issues. Like, I'm not really that bothered, to be quite honest. I'm not really that bothered. So we'll put a door there, and a door there, and a door on there, and finally a door on there. So we've got unlock patrols through bureaucracy, which is now on the go. I've researched deployment, not patrols, so slightly different thing there. Speaking of deployment, we need to make sure the kitchen is staff only, which it now is, and that. And these are fine. Little bit sections sticking out, which is a bit weird, but that's okay. As long as those are correct. This now doesn't have any access, which is slightly problematic. So we will resolve that by putting in a big door, big door, big door. Automatic door openers, people have asked. Yes, I am going to have them. When am I going to have them? I don't know. I'll tell you later on when I figure it out. Most likely we'll get them sooner rather than later, but you know, it's a game time decision, really. In terms of our punishments, we've got several things for solitary. I'm going to leave that as default for the time being. We don't need to bother. As you can see, we've got max sec 97, so we can pretty much fill up our prison as soon as this is ready to go, which we might do, but I'm not too sure. We'll go for prison maintenance, as you can see, and that says unlock groundskeeping through bureaucracy, as well as other such things, and hire janitors. So I'm going to get groundskeepers and cleaning. There we go. That's going to take a little while to do, but it means we can go to maintenance and then to concrete wall and then to where do we want to put it? This is going to be our laundry here. It's a little bit strange in terms of its sizing, but it's not too bad. This was going to be storage, but I know that it's already too large. But either way, storage, because of a lack of idea, like for what else we can put here, I think we'll just stick with it. So we'll just go for a laundry. We'll put the laundry in like so. That's job done. Go over to objects and laundry machine. And the laundry machines are probably going to stick in this top corner here, although we might put a table next to them. And then that will allow us to have 3 laundry machines, which I believe is more than enough. More than enough for the size of the prison that we have. Same as 3 ironing boards should be perfectly acceptable. Laundry baskets, you know the routine by now. You can just place as many as you want because it just goes down and job done. In terms of water, we haven't yet ran any water, so it's probably worth me doing that just now. So I'm going to run a water pipe there, and I'm going to run it probably down and across to the centre, like that. And then we can run water pipes up and along. So let's put it there, perhaps. And obviously that means we need to go a small water pipe like that, and that should fix that up. Do these require hot water? It doesn't seem to require hot water, which is a good thing. However, it does still require electricity, which I'm going to connect up like so. Now, it's easier to go up to the top, but because there's loads of amenities there, if I ever want to remove these or there's a problem, I want to have it across so we can easily disconnect it if we need to. So you see, 10 staff have serious complaints about their job. If we have a quick check at the needs, you can see staff needs. There's a bladder and bowel needs, which those toilets, for some reason, are giving us massive errors. And I'm guessing that's because they're technically inside a room that can't be there, and now it's fixed. Bladder and bowels, that should be alright, you know, but I don't know why they're not using it. It might be because it's not in the staff room, but let's just go to the toilet here and place 1, 2, 3 toilets in there, and obviously we'll place a door right in front of them, and then hopefully we can just do this, and that will fix the issue. With this being one room, I would have thought that would have been okay. Yeah, because of the doors, it won't allow me to place the doors there. See, the staff room... The staff room is also of the same thing that actually it's not. Yeah, the staff room is allowing me to place that. Yet these doors, for some reason, yeah, look at that. The canteen. Well, the staff room allows me to go there with it, but the canteen will not allow me to put a door there. That is very, very strange indeed. I've never seen that before. Wow. That is extremely strange. Very, very strange indeed. I can't remember ever seeing that. Either way, what we're going to do is run the toilet piping like so, and hopefully once it is connected up, it will actually function. That might be a little bit too far, but we'll see how it goes. In terms of our progress, it is summer, 1 hour 54 minutes on this already, so we are quite a ways in. I called this a mini-series at the start of the episode 1, and who knows if that's still accurate or not. I don't know how long this series will last or how long we'll go for, but when you consider that we are already a couple of episodes in and we haven't even got prisons yet, you know, it's a bit iffy. Either way, them people are using the toilets, so this is good. Right, so we've got assigned 3 guards to patrol routes to get another grant done, so we will go ahead and do that. It's in logistics, and it's not in logistics, it's in deployment, is it? Yes, guard patrols. So, guard patrols, oh, good grief, it's really, really, really white. I can hardly see what's going on here. So I'm going to assign a couple of guards to that. Actually, no, I'm just going to do that and get it done. I'll redo all of this once it's sorted. So there's that. We will go over to concrete wall and then place a concrete wall like so and then like so. And then we're going to come down and do the same on both sides. And then eventually we will put a thing all the way around that. A thing. It's one of those things, you know, a thing. Obviously, you know what a thing is. We'll put foundations on. Okay, so in terms of water, we do need to sort the water piping issue out, and we're going to do it like so, I believe. Well, if it can run all the way to there, then that should be acceptable. That should be more than acceptable. So let's run down like so, and then across, and then like that, okay? And then this one will run up and in, and that should mean that when we do this side as well, we should have enough pipes. I'm just going to run it to where it needs to go, which is pretty much that. And like that, and then we'll see if it fixes it. Obviously there's no hot water here, but it will get there eventually, wherever we put the water heater, which I haven't yet figured out. Several people have said that the best place for a water heater is simply to stick it right next to the guard tower. And the reason for that, there's several reasons actually. Before I go into them, I will actually hire 1 guard and 2 janitors, and then there's another grant done. Let's go back over to here, and probably want to go for education and then guard towers. Actually, they're not mutually exclusive. We can do the same. We can do them at the same time. But we do want to get some grants. We want to get 2 more grants, so we'll go for visitation rights and probably governmental security rating, because we're going for that anyway. Anyway, as I was saying, yes, the guard towers here, the reason to place the water boilers next to them is A, they propagate a lot of heat. They kick out loads and loads of heat, so that'll already warm up this area around them. 2, nobody's going to fight or try and destroy them if they're right next to a guard tower with a sniper in. 3, if they ever do that and then break it, the water's all on the floor that's also electrified, because obviously the water boiler takes electricity, and they'll electrocute themselves. Now, all that's correct, however, I'm not convinced that it won't electrocute the guard. Technically, the guard should be up a height and will be immune to it, but I don't think the game works that way. So, we'll have to see. Anyway, over to objects and to a large jail door. Make sure that that is a jail door and it is all jail doored, so that's fine. So you can see we've got wait for funds on our long-term investment, 34 hours and a bit of change remaining. Visitation rights, which is build a visitation room, do loads of other things, and also assign 2 dog handlers, a dog patrol, other such things like that. So I think we'll go for a multi-assault on this one. Let's go for the armed guards and other such on here, and then we'll go for visitation in the centre. So I'm just going to go to rooms and type in vis, and then we do get visitation, and we'll assign both of these to visitation. Now the problem is that you do need to have a visitation room and then at least 3 visitor tables. Now, we are never going to use visitor tables, and you probably know what I'm going to say. I'm just going to put them outside here. Because we're not going to use visitor tables in the visitation area. We are going to use objects visitor booths, which are 1,000 each, as you can see, and that'll be prisoner up the top and visitor down the bottom. And I'm not going to place them all because it's going to cost money, but you can see what they're about. So essentially, the prisoners will go in one area and the visitors come in the other, and they're never physically touched. They can see each other and they can talk to each other because there's essentially like a big glass or sort of perspex, other transparent material screen in front of them, and then they've got a phone to talk to them, but they can't make physical contact. They can't pass stuff across like a cake with a knife in or something like that, so they don't have that. But we do need to get these tables in for grant purposes. So we need at least 5 phone booths, which should be quite a simple task. We'll go over to phone booths here, and we'll go for probably 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go, because we were going to have them in the centre anyway. That's fine. At least 2 televisions, which we do need. And what I'll do is I'll probably go ahead and place them. I think I'll place them around here. So we'll go to our rooms and then type in common room like so, and I'll put a common room in here. And we now need to use a concrete wall and then actually put in these rooms here, whatever they are. I don't actually know what these rooms are going to be. I'm leaning towards this being a classroom, but I said right at the start that I don't really want any sort of reform or anything like that, but just because of how efficient we've made this thing, we might end up going that way anyway, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so around here we've got several different areas. I'm going to put a jail door on here because this is where the dogs will be kennelled. Is that correct? I think you can use them. I think you use kennel like that. Anyway, that's where they'll be. We'll put a solitary door on here because this needs to be the most secure location on the premises, because that's going to be a armory, like so. And we'll go for kennel, which we don't have unlocked, actually, so we'll start unlocking that. We don't want remote access. Oh, we might have remote access. Remote control. Yeah, we do need remote access at some point. We're going to go for body arm and tasers. Obviously, we're unlocking that straight away. We'll also unlock micromanagement. We don't have legal yet, and that's $5,000 to do so. So I don't think it's a good idea to go for that one. We do need a pool table as well as other things such as televisions, and actually that's about it. So we'll put in probably 2 pool tables like so, and then televisions. Now we have to be careful how we do this. I'm actually going to cancel those off because, you know what, I'm thinking of just expanding this common room and having one big common room. I'm thinking one big common room, and then what would we have left? We don't have a chapel. I think a chapel is the way to go rather than a classroom in this facility. My preference is obviously the other way around. But in this game, the chapel it has such an effect on prisoners that not having one means that you get needs that are not fulfilled, and you have huge issues in the mid to long term. Things like mailroom you don't necessarily need, and also the library you don't need, classroom you don't need, shop you don't need. All of these are good things, but yes, I think what we'll do, we'll have the chapel in there, we'll have the common room here, and we'll leave this open because in case we do need something, it's there. I would like to half this storage and have a mail room, but I'm not entirely sure if your workers can work in the mailroom. I know the workers will work in the laundry if we actually assign it to staff only, like so. But I'm not entirely sure it works the other way around. I'm not sure. So because I'm not sure, I will not bother for the time being. Anyway, so I just need to check our front gate, and I can see that we don't have large jail doors on any of it. So we do need to sort that out. And obviously we need to put the fencing in like so as well, and then we can have this all as staff only, you see. So, the common room, in order to get our grants done, we need at least 2 televisions, and it says pool tables. I had a pool table, but I've got 2 in my pocket essentially, and it hasn't placed them. Okay. Well, I removed them. I'm aware I did remove them, but still, you can actually fit 3 pool tables in right in the corner, and maybe that's the way to go. I know ideally you want gaps around them, but yeah, that does look a bit daft, doesn't it? It looks very, very stupid. I don't know what the best way of doing this is. Like that maybe, and then having the television, you have it like so, and what you do is have, I think it is chairs, like that. Now we need it a little bit further behind because these are a grid of 3 by 3, yeah, so we can have some behind. So I'm going to put it in just for... It's not a aesthetic choice. Obviously, the aesthetic choice would be to not put them in. In fact, more aesthetic would be to move the pool table up one so it's not as cramped. But I think just for the mechanical effect of you don't need it, so just put it in and deal with it. I think it's going to be better. So anyway, in terms of grants, we've got another grant done. Prisoner acclimatization and engagement, you have to have prisoners assigned to laundry, kitchen, cleaning cupboard. That is quite easy to do, so we will accept that. And what we will do is cheat a little bit by going over to cleaning cupboard, assigning that to cleaning cupboard and then unpausing it for a second, going over to deployment and then to, actually it won't be in deployment, it'll be in logistics, prison labour, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then boom, that's done, and then you unassign all of those because the grant is now done, and then you go back to rooms, and then you just remove that room because we don't need it anymore. Hey, and yeah, that's a very easy grant to do. It's pretty much cheating, but hey ho. So, we now can get some dog handlers, 1, 2, and that'll do us for now, because we are just going for the grants, as I mentioned, and this will be in kennel. Hang on. Oh, it won't be in kennel. What's it called? Dog crate, it's called. Okay, and there's still no arrows on the dog crate. I think it's that. But if it's wrong, then tough, because I'm not going to change it. In terms of armory, we really need to start our armory, so it needs a weapon rack, a guard locker, and a table. Now, the weapon rack, yeah, the weapon rack cannot be rotated, so I'm going to make sure that we place it in the right area, which is about there, I believe, because then we can get a table next to it, and then we can have guard lockers pretty much on that side, and then down here if we need it. We are going to have quite a few armed guards, but that allows us, once these have been built, to then get some armed guards. It says you assign 2 armed guards on patrol. I will buy 2 armed guards, and then I will go to deployment and dog patrols and say 1, 2, and then armed patrols 1, and then 2. There you go. Now obviously I will then go ahead and straight away remove those dog patrols and that armory there, because we just don't need them on there. Actually, I will have that guy patrolling armory. I think that's important to do. But it means that we've got those grants done again. So we've got Cell Block B, which I'm going to get. We've got the Reform Through Education Initiative, which is pass foundation education course, pass general education, things like that. We're not doing those, so we'll only get them as a last resort just to get the advance payment. Manufacturing facility, again, we're not doing it, so it has to be the max set infrastructure, which is things like CCTV, unlock tasers, things like that, and raise the size of your security force. We're going to get most of that. In fact, we'll get all of that eventually. We'll get CCTV in the lot, so that's going to be quite an easy one to do. But what's happening now is pretty much all the guards are going to go to the armory and get tasers. We're going to go for a taser rollout to get that done. I've just thought of a problem. If we do taser rollout, we won't actually be able to get it done in this prison because we don't have a classroom. And you need a classroom to teach your staff to use the... Yeah, you need a staff room for your staff in order to teach them how to use the guns. So, we have an issue there. We'll have to add a classroom somewhere, even if it's in here as staff only for a little while, like a staff training area. But we will see how it goes. Overall, that has been actually quite a decent episode. A lot of building completed here, a lot of grants done. We've currently got 102,103 generic units of currency. More than enough for us to, next episode, build all of the remaining foundations in here, put all of the electricity cables in and all of the water and such, and then hire more guards, get the armory stocked and get the sniper towers in, and then get prisoners in. We'll probably get 10 in first, see how it goes, alter regime, and then the next couple of episodes will be just doing that. So yeah, we're probably still on track for the sort of 5 or 6 episode mini-series that we want to do, because the next episode, prisoners, then we'll fill it up with the next couple of ones, and then we'll see how it goes. So yeah, not too bad at all. As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.